What part are you willing to give me? Greetings everyone, I am Sister Lolia and it's time to make my favourite man in Warhammer for International Men's Day. Let's get started. First off, let's take the thing out of the box. Now I did a review a few years back on this model and I'm not going to do a review on it because I've already done that. So instead I'm just going to build the thing up and build up the parts I need. Now, cutting out what bits I need out of this, and I may come back to the sprue in a moment and grab more as I realise I need more. So the scene with Yarrick that I'm looking to encompass isn't one later on in the war. Instead, it's when he faces down the warboss and takes his claw after having taken his head in response to the orc taking his arm off. Bit of crazy toughness. Now I have to make a custom hand grip for the chainsword here because this chainsword was not designed to be standalone and I don't have that limited edition Commissar model. I'd love to, but I don't. So instead I had to scratch build a handguard here for the model. And this is kind of the main bit of scratch building I end up doing here because thankfully I have a lot of parts. Now I attached the backplate from the Commissar, I removed the pauldron epaulette thing and attached the arm on entirely the wrong way on purpose. I attached up, instead of having it aiming down, I have it aiming up so that he's able to be holding, and I make use of bicarb to fill out the space and trim down the bicarb a bit so as to get it to be a bit smoother, and come in here and remove a good chunk of the orc's arm off there and come in and attach on a hand onto there and just continue trimming things around, making sure the hand will work. And once it's attached, I can work on some of the rest of the model and make sure that he has. Which one is this I'm cutting up? This is making sure I have the head. Now, I took the hat from the old 2014 Commissar and the head from this kit's Commissar and swapped out the brim of the hat, which I struggle to record on camera both because, you know, I'm going fast, but also there's a lot of work now. I adjust the pose a little bit and make sure that the hand goes on there and come across and work on cleaning up the chainsaw a bit because, you know, I wanted to have a lot of bits. Now I made use of a bit of cabling from the hunter killer missile from the Chimera, just so as to have a bit of a interesting hand grip for him to hold on to. Then I make use of bicarb to actually do the texture around the base and to fill some gaps and have the base just extend out a bit. Now I remove some of the neck on the model so as to have him sit in there a bit easier and have the head separate because it'll be easier to paint. Now I'm not painting it on in the video. Now I chopped off his arm at the length and off camera I come through with some liquid green stuff and sculpt in some tattered robes, and then you see me coming in here with some plasticard. Now this is very much a no measurements kind of thing. Now that is boiling water, I'm just sticking the plasticard into it and struggling to actually have the handwork on there. On camera basically you can use boiling water to soften up plasticard and bend it into the shape of a cape, because the depiction of him I'm going off is partially out of that hammer and bolter short. Now honestly I'd have been better using the Krieg Commissar as a base, but well, that requires buying the Krieg Command Squad and that's not on the cards this year, especially since if I buy the squad for the Commissar then I have to use the rest of the models elsewhere from a squad because the Commissar is a requirement. I love modern Warhammer and its silly units sizes. Now I come through here and modify things in. I make use of some more glue to attach on the liquid green stuff. I find the stuff tends to stick better when you actually have glue for it to make contact with, and I initially focus on just building up a fur texture on there because having a fur texture actually, you know, looks decent. After that I come through and actually sculpt in some epaulets. But mainly I'm just using a toothpick here to add in some fur texture. Just so that there is fur texture. So yeah, just coming in with plenty of liquid green stuff just to build up the shape, and making use of various plastic tools that I've scored. But that skewer just is the most useful one. Now I attempt to push in a kind of ribbon texture that kind of then becomes more of the Armageddon style ribs that you see on, well, I vaguely remember Armageddon Commanders having ribs, but I also know that Krieg do it. But in the end it ends up not really looking much like anything after I come back in with the further layer of the putty. Now, liquid grain stuff is annoying to work with, and I debated about showing this step on camera, but I figured just for everyone's benefit that I probably should. And yeah, just at the very least, no one else is going to have a Commissar Yarrick quite like mine. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But yeah, I figured for International Men's Day that I'd make a model of one of my favourite men out of the setting. Now, in future, I might make a Cyphus Cain model. Leave a like if you want that, or comment Cyphus Cain or Cain. Now, I've got the little Aquila off the Tank Commander torso, the standalone one, not the one that's actually got attached at the legs. That torso is going to come in handy later in the year, probably. Hopefully I can find my green stuff by then. And yeah, just see me arguing more with it, and then I attach in the head, and we're done. And so he's built. And I now have 2 Yarricks, neither of which are the official model. I do also have the official model, but I am saving that for when I do Steel Legion week or month. But yeah, personally, I like my execution for the most part. Not entirely sold on the power claw I used, but well, I'm kind of running out of them. The only other power claw option I had is even more crumpled up. And I attempted to make him look old, but I'm not very good at that because I've not painted many old characters. Now, previously, I made this Commissar Yarrick, and like, look at the two of them next to each other. He's tiny. We have the previous, we have that previously mentioned Commissar. We have the 2014 Commissar, whose hat was contributed. We have Commissar Johnson. And a couple of Kadistan's troopers, just for size. But yeah, I personally like this model, and I think I did a good job of it. So basically I just wanted to provide a kind of non-toxic International Men's Day video, because I know that a lot of folks get very political with it, and I'm going to be honest, just use it as a chance to celebrate. Use it as an excuse to make content, preferably of the non-toxic variety. There's enough toxicity in the world. I figured, let's just make something and enjoy ourselves. So yeah, Yarrick. Thank you all for watching. If you're new here, thanks for watching to the end of the video. If you're not, also thanks for watching to the end of the video. I do models and cosplay. Well, I do a mixture of wargaming content and cosplay. I will mention I am left-wing. If you come here with a right-wing persuasion, you might still enjoy my content. Anyway, catch you around. Bye. Men of Armageddon, this is our time. The orks have shown us the worst they have to offer, and now it is our time. Unfurl the black banners of vengeance.